Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we're going to review a fragrance from the house of by Kilian. The fragrance is Straight to Heaven. Now this fragrance was released in the year 2007. I personally opted to go and purchase the travel edition rather than the actual full bottle. Now the full bottle will look something in presentation like this. This is actually Cruel Intentions, but all of the ones from this series are pretty much the same in terms of their design. Now the reason why I went and bought the travel edition, it's available in a couple options basically. The first, this is a 50 milliliter, and this presentation, which comes in like the velvet casing and everything like that, is going to run you about $255, or is it $245? $245, right? Now, if you opt for this presentation, which is basically four 7.5 milliliter little bottles and a travel atomizer, basically, it's going to run you about $155. Now there's also a third option that is the cheapest as well, doesn't have the greatest presentation, so it kind of ramps down, but if you love the juice and you're only concerned about the juice, that's your best bet. And that's going to be for 50 milliliters, you're going to get like a refill bottle. It's going to have a small little atomizer in there that you can actually fill the juice in, and you're going to get 50 milliliters of it, and that's going to run you $145. So that's the absolute cheapest option, and that's actually used to refill this, and some other Kilians, right? So if you're not concerned with the presentation at all, opt for the refill bottles. That'll be your best bet. But this is the travel edition. Now, the thing that I really like about this that a lot of people comment on, especially when they come across the Kilian travel editions, is that this thing is durable. Whenever somebody picks it up, it's very heavy. It's got a magnetic cap that pops on and off. Very awesome. I absolutely love it, and there really is no kind of getting around it. I love it. Anyways, so we touched upon the prices. Let's go ahead and get into the notes of this particular fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of musk, jasmine, patchouli, Virginia cedar, amber, nutmeg, vanilla, rum, and dried fruits. Alright, so that's a very sensual, I guess you could say, composition of fragrance notes in this fragrance. And what I get when I immediately spray it is a very, I want to say, sweet, vanilla, rumish type of a vibe that comes from it. And it just envelops you. It has a very mature scent, and at the same time, not too serious, but not playful at all, too. It's not cloyingly sweet or anything like that. It's just got this mature sweetness to the actual scent. Now, the fruits and the cedar kind of come into it a little bit more, as the fragrance develops, but it kind of remains uniform. Beautiful rum vanilla type of a scent. Now, the fragrance also remains boozy. It remains boozy throughout the entire fragrance and has this nice aura to it that I have a really tough time explaining, except for the fact that it smells unique and that it smells good on that front. Now, the other thing that I guess you could kind of mention is that I don't really get this musky vibe, the jasmine. I don't really get any of that fruit. I really think that the rum, the dried fruits, and the vanilla really dominate this fragrance, and it turns it into just such a lovely fragrance. And I'm particularly partial to rum notes, whiskey notes, alcohol notes. I really love them when they're in fragrances, and so you'll often hear me talk about that. Now, the performance of this fragrance, it's about, I want to say, 8 hours it lasts on my skin. About 8 hours long, and the whole time it's projecting well and it's leaving a nice little scent trail on it. So don't skip on the performance on it. It's actually good performance. And the other great thing about this fragrance is its versatility. Highly versatile. It's a fragrance that, there are some fragrances that I have trouble guessing or giving an opinion on where would be best to smell them. A good example is a fragrance from Tom Ford called Amber Absolute. That fragrance, I feel, is a more of a creation type of a fragrance. It's a fragrance that that's an art. It's an art form. It's a beautiful smelling scent, but I kind of have trouble figuring out where I'm going to wear it. With this, not so. And that's the other reason I actually purchased the travel edition. When I travel, I usually take 2 fragrances at this point now that I've been going around. Obviously, I decant a lot of my fragrances that I have, but I also really just take Straight to Heaven and Bamboo Harmony from the By Kilian line, and they cover me for the darker-ish type of a moments with Straight to Heaven, and the Bamboo Harmony, which I use for lighter type of a moments. And they're both versatile in that I kind of interchange them, and they're very easy to carry with just these. Fit in the carry-on bag, and TSA isn't going to flag you for carrying liquids, which makes it great. So that's another reason that I actually go through and choose this one. But in either case, Highly versatile. You can wear it dressed up, you can wear it casually, and it'll still fit the same purposes and do a great job on those scenarios. Now, season-wise, another thing, it's hard to put this on like my top 10 list because of the fact that it does well for a ton of seasons. And, you know, it does just as well in the summer as it does in the winter. And that's another thing that I really like about this fragrance. So definitely look at it if you're looking for a versatile fragrance. It's really good for most scenarios that you can think of, whether it be work, whether it be play, whether it be dating, and season-wise, pretty much all season round. That said, I do think that it's actually a great night out fragrance as well, too. It's a little bit different, and I have gotten comments as such. So age group wise, I really think that this is a good fragrance for college and beyond. If you're a little bit younger than that, I think that this fragrance might be a little bit too mature for you. But with all fragrances that I recommend the age group, you know, feel free, try it out yourself, see how you like it. Now, as far as compliments goes, this is definitely a compliment getter, and this is one that I have gotten multiple compliments on. And the scenarios that I got the compliments on were at a wedding, I got it at work, and I also got it walking on the street. So those are 3 different scenarios that I actually got compliments with this one on, and I've had this for a while, just haven't actually gotten to the review for it. So if you're looking for a compliment getter, this is definitely one that ranks up there. So for rating, what do I give this a rating of? I go ahead and give it a rating of a 9 out of 10. I give it a high rating of a 9 out of 10, despite the fact that it's a little bit more on the pricey side, just because you're given a couple of options. And yes, $145 for the 50 milliliter, and that's not getting a good presentation, is still, I think, a actually decently reasonable deal for something of such high quality. I really do think Kilian puts across high quality in their products, and although I don't agree with some of their fragrances, I really do think that they put a lot of effort into it. And this is one fragrance that comes highly recommended. If you're looking for a fragrance that is going to be highly versatile, you can wear it in almost any scenario. If you're looking for a fragrance that is going to be more on the, I guess you could say, a little bit more on the mature side, if you're looking for a fragrance that not many people have smelled, go ahead and look at Straight to Heaven. Cool name, you know, I love the boozy types of scents, so that's just one thing to keep in mind, all right? So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, leave me a note down below. Let me know what your thoughts on By Kilian's Straight to Heaven are, all right? Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.